Hi guys, it's going to be a very quick video tonight. I've just watched Arsenal get put up the Champions League in one of our most shittest performances against Bayern Munich. It's the shittest performance, well, one of the shittest performances this season. Um, Back to back, Villa, and now this. Um, yeah, as you can tell, I'm not very happy, bit upset about it, as you would be with your team getting dropped out the Champions League to a lackluster Bayern team. But you know, you have to give props to Bayern. They did what they needed to. They weren't outstanding. They didn't do anything outstanding. They done the basics well. It's what you need to do when you're not performing all season. You need to kind of strip back, do the basics, and win games. And unfortunately, they know how to win games in Champions League. Arsenal clearly don't. You saw it last week at the Emirates. Saka trying to buy a penalty to get us an advantage rather than actually tucking it past Neuer. But that's last week. Round about this week. Yeah, it wasn't a brilliant game for either team. I think really there was only a few people that stood out for me. Joshua Kimmich, Leon Goretzka, Lima, and that's about it. To be honest, for the players that stood out for me, Lima again, he was winning every second ball. He was doing what your CDM is supposed to, is shutting out the opponent's midfield, the opponent's attack, and yeah, done that. And Kimmich scored the goal. Well taken header. It annoys me how it came about. It's so easily avoidable, but that we kind of have to just take that one on the chin. But we'll go into that in a bit. I want to kind of dig at Arsenal here, because I love this team, but at the same time, I'm fucking hating them at this moment in time. Bukayo Saka's world class. I have no doubt that he can be. The past month or so, he's been anything but. He has not played well in either legs of the Champions League quarter final against Bayern. He hasn't turned up, and I don't know if it's his reoccurring injury. I don't know if it's his attitude. I don't know what it is. But tonight he had one run against Marjorie, got past him, and he never done it again. I don't understand Saka. If you're getting success going past your fullback that's to man mark you out of the game, you're going to repeatedly do it. You're going to get past him. You're going to get the ball in the box, which is another crucial part of today that I'll get into. And he done it once and he never done it again, and it wasn't like Marjorie had shut him out after that. The boy, I think he only had his first start in the couple of months due to a hamstring injury on Saturday. Yeah, you're telling me Saka's not wanting to run past him. Why? Why? You're not wanting to test his fitness. You're not wanting to test how recovered he actually is from his injury. Apparently not. I don't know if that's the instructions he was told or what. He just never done it again. His decision making was poor. I felt he didn't really get the ball to dribble with. He wasn't really pressing, and when he was pressing, he was doing it half-heartedly. He was not good tonight at all. The only one I really want to give praise to in this Arsenal team is Odegaard. He ran his heart out on that pitch. He was constant pressing. He was constantly trying to get the team up the pitch. He was constantly trying to get moves going. And he's one of the only ones I can say that about. Martinelli, he done it for a couple of times in the first half. He got into the box. He's got past two defenders. And unfortunately, he hasn't been able to get a shot away because it's been taken off him. But then he had a clear-cut chance in the box anyway. And I don't know if he's not confident on his right foot or what. But instead of taking it on his right foot and putting it into the other half of the goal, which Neuer is not at, he's decided to go with his left foot and hit it straight at Neuer, who's, I'm not even joking, he's literally at one of the posts. That just sums up that game. You've basically got an open net on one half of the goal, and you decide to slot it where Neuer is. Yeah, Martinelli not brilliant today. Raya, you know what? He didn't really have a lot to do. As I say, Bayern weren't brilliant. Kane wasn't brilliant, no matter how much the media want to kind of pump that out that Harry Kane beat Arsenal because he's ex Spurs and all this shit. Him and Eric Dyer, but you know what? They were both, well. You know what? Dyer. It's shocking to say Dyer was better than Kane. I didn't think I was ever gonna fucking say that. But Raya, he never had any trouble with Kane. The only thing he kind of really had to deal with is the Kimmich header, and unfortunately, I think by the time he knew what was going on, it was in the back of the net. Which sometimes that does happen, and your keeper has no option of saving it. So, yeah, I'm just so dejected about that. But while we're on about it, I'll go into the goal. Martinelli's tracked back and just stopped. I don't know if he thought, I've done my bit, I've got back to prevent something, and then Kimmich just breezed past him. But before that, Ben White is walked, briskly jogged. I don't know. He's not tried to get out of any sort of urgency to shut the cross down. He's went, you're going to cross it, you're not going to score. Turn down though, it's in the back of the net. I know he's a centre back, but he still knows how to defend. And it's not the first time this has happened. This is a repeat occurrence. He doesn't get out quick enough. You get out in their face, stop that cross doesn't come in, the ball doesn't go in the net. Simple as that. He's goading the guy to take the cross. The cross comes in. You have Rice, Martinelli, and I think it's Gabriel standing with their dicks in their hands. Declan Rice, 100 million tonight, he wasn't even half that. Let's be real, Declan Rice has been one of our best players all season. He did not turn up in either leg. He was absolutely shocking tonight. His passing was off, his dribbling was off. The ball's in the net. The ball is in flight, and you've decided to stand like you're crucified. You've got your hands out when there's nobody. Like, you're not even marking anybody. And then he realizes, oh shit, Kimmich is coming in, I better do something. And then he still just doesn't move. Really annoys me, because how good we've been defensively. Such an easy goal to concede. Such an easy goal. And it's so easy to avoid as well. The whole team tonight was absolutely shocking. I would love to sit here right now and say, oh, the better team got put out. We didn't. If you go from just the two legs, the better team got through. Bayern got through. Unfortunately, if you go through the whole season, you'd say Arsenal are the better team. But it doesn't matter what you do throughout the season. It goes down to these games in the quarterfinal of the Champions League, one of the most prestigious competition. You have the best of the best, and you do not turn up for it. I don't care if that's an experience. I don't care if it's experience from the other team. If you don't turn up, you don't deserve to be there. And unfortunately, we don't deserve to be in the semi-final, which we are in. And I'm going to touch on, we mentioned Bukayo Saka being world class. Phil Foden is He is world class. It's no debate anymore. Foden's world class. Saka isn't it at this moment in time. Foden went to the Bernabeu last week and provided what Man City needed. He provided an outlet of City weren't brilliant last week, but he got them back in the game. He got them possibly going to the Etihad with a lead. They didn't end up being a draw, but he put them in that position. I can't tell you Saka did any of that for us. None of it. Him or Martinelli or Havertz. Again, he was very quiet. Jorginho, anybody. Jorginho's meant to be the most experienced one on that pitch, and he was given the ball away just because it's fucking fun. I don't know. I'm really starting to get really pissed off with this now. And Edu, Arteta, anybody, stop buying off Chelsea, please. Havertz has been the only half decent one. The rest have been total dog shit. Jorginho, pish. He has been awful. He's had more shit games than he actually has good games. Get him going in the summer. And is Thomas Partey, is he just falling out of favour, or is he... Have you seen the last of him? Should have been brought on against Villa. Wasn't. He should have been brought in today for, in my opinion, I would have brought Partey on at half-time. Bayern are not expecting that change. Partey's quicker with the ball than Jorginho is, I feel. Jorginho slows the ball down so much, and he just passes sideways and backwards. Partey, he's actually going to get you up the pitch. Yeah, there might be a few more mistakes in Partey than there's Jorginho, but he also creates more, in my opinion. He also gets you into those positions where Saka can run at somebody. Jorginho, it takes two, three passes to get to where it needs to be. Partey cuts it out and he gets there. He gets it there. He never came on. Don't know why. Emile Smith-Rowe hasn't really done an awful lot wrong. He got a man of the match performance the other week. Doesn't even make an appearance. We need a goal. Guess who we're going to rely on? Eddie Nketiah. Woo! You know what? It makes it sound like I hate that boy. I don't necessarily hate him. I just think he's not good enough to play for Arsenal. And he's certainly not good enough to come in the quarter-final of the Champions League to try and get a fucking winning goal. Or an equaliser goal. Pish. Dreadful. Decision-making from Arteta with the subs. Don't know. Really don't know. Yep, Martinelli. He wasn't having a brilliant second half. I think if you bring Trossard on, relieve the pressure off of Martinelli, you double up on that side. You have double issues on that side. Fantastic for us. Awful for Bayern. We don't do that. They take Margie off and they bring Kim Min-jae on, and Saka doesn't even test him. Not once. He doesn't even run at him. I know the boy's a little bit quick, but Saka's meant to be flying. He's meant to be pacey. And there was he was running like he shit himself all night. I don't know if he needs a break. I don't know if it's the fact that he knows he can play shit games after shit games, and he knows he'll be in next week, which, in my opinion, should never happen in the Premier League. If you play shit, you get replaced with the next best thing. Unfortunately, our next best thing is Reece Nelson, who isn't actually a bad player. Again, I just don't think he's that level to take us on to the next level. But Saka needs to realise he can't play like shit every week, and then Reece Nelson doesn't get a shoe in when he can actually play well. I think that is one of Saka's biggest issues as well. He knows he plays next week, regardless. He knows he plays at the weekend because he is our star boy. Unfortunately, he wasn't our star boy tonight. He was bystander for most of the fucking game. Saliba and Gabriel, quiet. Very quiet today. They didn't have a lot to do, but when they did have stuff to do, I felt it was just lackluster. That's the whole kind of point of this now, of the performance today, was just lackluster. It was like we were still had a hangover for Villa, and to be in a Champions League quarter final and still be moping around from getting beat off a Villa is a fucking worry. And I watched after the game, I watched all the pundits, Martin Keown, Owen Hargreaves. Oh, it's the experience of Bayern and the inexperience of Arsenal. Don't give me this shit. Because, yeah, they may have not been in the Champions League. They have been in European quarterfinals. They have been in Europe before. They've been in Europa. I know it's slightly different, but hear me out. It's a different quality. Completely understand that. We got put out, I believe it was a quarterfinal stage again, off of Sporting Lisbon. So you're telling me that they haven't learned from that today? No, I understand you're meant to learn from your defeats. We haven't. We keep making the same shitty defeats. Sporting Lisbon, Bayern, the equivalent quarterfinals of a European competition, and we just can't break through. I don't know if it's a mental block, I don't know what it is, but Arteta needs to figure out what the fuck is going on there. Also, with the Premier League, they had the shit last season where we drew with West Ham, Liverpool, lost to Southampton. Yeah, that. We've started it already with Villa. I'm fucking worried with what's to come if this is the best we can fucking put out in a Champions League quarter final. I don't think we'll win the league. I've already said this. I think City are. I don't think they're going to drop points. Hopefully, that they've been beaten off of Real Madrid, their heads will drop and they might drop points. But City are that team where they get beat, they'll bounce back and put six away against their opponent. We get beat and we decide to get put out of a European quarter final. Sorry. Yeah. I'd love to sit here also and blame the referee. I think the referee was very foul happy. I think some of the fouls he was given definitely weren't a foul, and that's for both teams. I think Arsenal and Bayern were both light touches at the best of times. The big main concerning one though is right at the end, 3 minutes to go. Odegaard takes a shot. It comes off the defender. Neuer saves it and goes out, and it gets given as a goal kick. I think you know it's not a goal kick when even the camera pans to Neuer, and Neuer is looking at the linesman going, "Oh shit, it's ours, is it?" I'm not saying we would score for the corner, because I don't think we fucking would have from tonight's performances, but it would have given us a great chance. Not blaming that, because we were shit all over the park. That quick free kick, I don't know why we went for it, personally. You've got Odegaard, one of the best free kick takers in the league. Not the best, but he is pretty decent. Doesn't get the opportunity to test Neuer. We could have swept in, back post, tap in, something like that, header. Nah, we fucked that up. We also had a corner where I have said for the past year, we either hit the first man or it flies over everybody. Last kick of the game to win or to go into extra time of a Champions League quarter final, and you cannot get over the first man. Are you having a fucking laugh? And again, this is the man we're supposed to look at to guide us to Europeans elite, the semi-finals, the finals, winning these competitions, and he can't beat the first fucking man. And it wasn't just he couldn't beat the first fucking man, the corner barely got off the fucking ground. Nah. It took me an hour to record this because I've had to calm down so much just with all the shit that was being spraffed after it about, oh, Arsenal fans think that there's an agenda because the corner wasn't given. Mate, even if the corner was given, we wouldn't have fucking scored because we were fucking dreadful from the first minute to the very fucking last. We had no spark about us. We didn't get the ball in the fucking box when we needed to. Ben White was as slow as a fucking frog. I don't even know how that makes sense, but he was just so fucking slow. His distribution was awful as well. Sideways, backwards, shit. If anything, the past month, we haven't went forward, we went fucking backwards to what it was like when we had fucking Unai Emery. Conceding shitty goals, not getting back into games when they're there to get into. I don't know what else to say. I'm not Arteta out. Just want to put that out there. I think he's the right man for the job at this moment in time. He does need to start showing with his subs and his interviews why he is the man for the job. Coming out and muddy cuddling this team isn't the best approach. I think they need a firm hand. You've shown it with Aubameyang and Lacazette and people like that. So why are you muddy cuddling? I can't even say the word. I'm getting that het up. You're babying Saka, Odegaard, when they're not having good games. They're not having good games, tear into them. You know what? I don't like Sir Alex Ferguson. I really don't. But he used to tear into his players and look at his teams he had. They respected him, and when they knew that they'd fucked up, they knew they'd fucked up. This team, when they fuck up, it's fine. It's okay. We'll just go next week. No. We can't go next week because we're not in the fucking Champions League semi-final because of the shit performances this week and last week. It doesn't work like that. If you do not play well in the Champions League, you get put out. It's as simple as that. Bayern were lucky in retrospects that they came up against us because they didn't play well either. They just played better than us. And that's just the facts. I'd love to say roll on next year, but this fucking state will we'll finish fourth, go into qualifying and get put out by fucking Ludogorets or something. Yeah. Not a good performance. Not a good performance. I'm quite livid, but I can't say an awful lot of what I want to on here because I'll probably get banned and told never to come back. So better not do that. But yeah, there you have it. Arsenal got beaten off of Bayern 3-2 on aggregate. Lackluster bullshit and just not good enough is the main points taken away off of this. But yeah, if you like seeing my suffering pain, give us a follow. We do weekly podcasts. And just give us a quick comment of what you actually think. If I'm wrong, please tell me. If you agree with me, thank fuck somebody does. But yeah, that's everything for me, guys.